yeah, so they get to Kessel, or they find out how they have to get to Kessel, and it's like this big
Storm.
cloud storm, very dangerous, lightning. There's like a very particular path you have to go
Mm-hmm.
through, otherwise you're basically dead. Like
And
nobody
the
enters.
L3 has like the best mapping system
Yeah,
in the galaxy, so she's able to navigate through it. So they go in
that's
easily.
a plot point. Yeah, they make
Yeah.
that, and they land on the mining facility of Kessel where they mine the coaxium.
Mm-hmm.
And again, you have that more. So then again, it's more the heist thing. They have to figure out the disguises.
Yeah.
Like all the everybody. And yeah, basically all hell breaks loose
Mm-hmm.
on it. They try to cause a distraction. L3 does it, which just liberates all the droids.
Yeah, liberates one droid, and that just starts a chain reaction to where all the droids now want to be free, and they start a rebellion.
And she finds her calling. She wants to free
Yeah,
everybody.
Free all the droids.
droids and everything. So huge thing. And then Chewie finds a whole bunch. There's other Wookiees,
the Wookiees on the
there.
planet, so he kind of ditches Han to go save, which Han understands, it's
He gets
Wookiees,
man.
his friends.
So Chewie's he just wants to free slaves all around the place. So
Mm-hmm.
it's little things about what happened to Chewie after Order 66 and the fall of Kashyyyk from Revenge of the Sith. That's the last time you see Chewie.
Yeah,
Obviously with his people there, but you don't know what happened. A lot happened to him.
yeah. So
since
he knows
then.
when the last time he saw Wookiee was. So this is a big moment for him.
Yeah, he sees some people. So he tries to free his people, and they all end up back together again.
Yeah.
At the ship, and so now they have the means to try to get out of. They have to get out of there fast. Obviously, they took a lot longer on the planet than they wanted to.
Yeah.
So, and then in the meantime, Lando gets kind of shot in the shoulder too
Mm-hmm.
during that whole thing. So that means like, okay, well now there's nobody left to fly the Falcon. So Han gets his chance,
and
gets
then
his shot, and
you get a scene with Chewie and Han both sitting down in the Falcon together. That was a very special moment for me in the movie. Yeah,
they both, man,
that was actually really cool to see throughout the entire movie, to see them there. Not in the Falcon.
That was the first time.
This is the first time you see them.
They got to it. So yeah, it's
Yeah,
a lot of powerful moments in this movie. A lot
it
of
definitely
cool,
was. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So yeah, he basically is like, oh well, we can't go the way we came, the safe way. We have to go the dangerous way.
Yeah, because the Empire is actually blocking the one way out, weren't they?
Yeah. Oh,
So
yeah.
a big old Star Destroyer came into the
thing.
into the
It's
storm,
like,
blocked the way.
Yeah, they're not gonna worry about one little freighter type of thing.
And then they send TIE
fighters.
Yeah, so they have to go through the storm.
They have to go through it. They're chasing. Yep. Basically, they go through it, and all the Han shows off his pilot skills and everything, which is awesome. And again, but also having that Han feels like, man, I got this. Like, here's a little trick that you know.
Never time with the odds. Yeah,
this
that's
guy, something like that moment. He's like, man, I got this. He's like, here's a little trick my friend showed me. Right before he crashed and died doing it. Hopefully, we won't. So.
Yeah.
And then, and then Enfys Nest shows up again.
Yeah, but you don't see her too much throughout the movie.
No,
honestly.
it's just obviously the train heist part in the beginning, and then because at the end of that they place a tracker on the
so they know exactly.
Or they place the tracker on the Falcon when they get the Falcon because they follow them to that planet where Lando is.
Yeah.
And then,
so you see them again, and then you obviously think they're there to steal the refined coaxium.
But then you figure out, she takes her mask off, and it's ended up just a young girl.
Yeah.
That's all it is, and
leading her own little rebellion
little
against
band of rebels. Like they're not really smugglers. They're trying to help people against the Empire. They're trying to. So that's kind of a big reveal. That's why they wanted the coaxium.
Well, it was against the group that
Crimson Dawn.
Yeah, Crimson Dawn. They're the ones
for this particular thing, but
Yeah.
they're all a little members of just all this ragtag groups from all different planets who had brought. And then what you see one of their crew too is another callback. I forget his name. The little person. He was in Phantom Menace. He was part of the pod racing thing too, in Phantom Menace. Warwick Davis is in there, and he's like he's part of the crew now, so it brings him back. so just this little ragbag. Oh, they've all fallen on hard times and the thing, and then they're trying to like do their part. The rebellion. That's kind of where Khan's like, well, I mean, we can crush it, but this thing's got has a big cause. This is kind of Han's first big, decision. It's like, okay, am I out for myself or do I want to help the cause type of a thing,
Because the whole movie, his whole even the 3-year gap, he was kind of shown to look out for number one, yourself. That was basically his learnings the entire movie and the 3 years we don't see.
Yeah, and it continues with just his short time with Beckett, like kind of as him like somewhat mentoring.
Yeah, no, for sure. It makes it even worse. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, only trust yourself. He tells him that in the movie, like, don't trust anybody. They'll only disappoint you, because he's trying to like warn him throughout the movie about Kira. It's like, might not be who you're thinking she is.
And even she tells him the exact same thing as well.
Yeah.
So this whole movie, everyone around him is telling him just to look out for yourself. So like. It's in there.
Much. Yeah. So he's got a decision. He's kind of leaning toward obviously helping Enfys Nest now, and Beckett's like, no, we got to save our our hides with Dryden. And then obviously Dryden arrives with his thing. Lando takes off. It's like
Lando does Lando.
Yeah. Well, because he's trying to. That was before like before he takes her plan off. It was like Han like trying to. He was like
trying to bluff
his way out. He's like, man, we got a whole crew on the ship about to come, and then Lando just flies off. It's like, well,
that was a funny moment. Yeah.
Now it's like, you go.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah. But so Dryden comes, and they have a whole thing with. They make a plan basically to try to trick Dryden into eventually Han wants to give the coaxium to Enfys Nest. They have to trick Dryden, so they all meet up on the thing. They're all happy. He's like, "Hey, man," it's like, "You got it." And then Dryden's like, "So show me what you got." And he has to give the coaxium to Dryden, and he's like, "Man, this is pretty impressive. How'd you do it?" He's like, "No, like how'd you fake it? Is it like real or whatever?" And so that's the big thing. It's like, well, somebody in their crew tipped off Dryden.
Yep.
They betrayed him. And that's when you find out it was Beckett.
Yep. Woody Harrelson betrayed him.
Yeah, because Beckett was like, all right, well, you do what you do, talk to Dryden, I'm just going to run then. It's like, if that's what you're going to, I was like, all right, running's better than dying.
Yeah.
So you think Beckett runs off, but then he shows up on the yacht. He's like, nope. And he's like, I told you not to trust, you got to trust.
Don't trust anybody.
Anybody. So that's the thing. And then they kind of, Han was like, well, it's all here. This is the real coaxium.
That's it. This isn't fake.
It's not fake. And then so whole long thing short, like Beckett, and then he's like, huh, okay. And then Beckett turns on Dryden. He's like, this is now I'm taking this coaxium and going myself. So he kind of holds Chewie hostage.
Yeah, they kill
all
the guards,
bodyguards around. It's a big fight that shows up or that happens.
And he takes Chewie hostage, and then he leaves. And so Han
left with Han, Kira, and Dryden all thing to square things away. Blah blah blah. They ends up fighting. Kira ends up killing Dryden.
Yeah. Which I thought was weird because Han had a moment to kill Dryden. She stops him just to kill him herself.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of a waste of time, or she could have just let him.
That, or it's just there's more to her than what she's got.
The end result would have been the same, and then and so she lets Han leave to go chase after Chewie. She said she was going to take care of things there.
Yeah, and get money. He's like, he sees like a whole bunch of jewels and everything on the thing. It's like, hey, I'll meet up with you. Just clean up and everything, and I'll meet you. So Han runs after Chewie and Beckett, and you think Kira's gonna do her thing, but she doesn't. She takes the ring off of Beckett,
his dead cold hands,
and places in his little console. And this is where you get one of the biggest shockers of the movie.
Yeah, surprised the hell out of me, that's for sure.
Yeah, man, it just brings up a hologram of basically the actual leader of Crimson Dawn.
All you see are metal legs.
Yeah, and you hear that voice that I guess it'd be iconic voices to the people who
Watch Clone Wars and
watch.
Rebels.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, and it shows it's Darth Maul.
Oh, that was really cool.
It was
That's surprising.
Yeah, like,
I don't know how they're gonna go forward with it, but it's still pretty awesome to see Darth Maul at the end of a movie.
Seeing Darth Maul, and he's there, and she has to explain to him that Dryden Voss is dead,
And
Relosh
she's
is
taking his
dead.
place. Yeah,
He's taking his place, so he calls her back to him to meet
He
him. He's
summons
like,
her,
We're gonna
and-
be working together a lot more. And it's the whole
so
thing,
it makes you
man.
wonder about her character now and
Exactly.
exactly what she went through those 3 years that we don't see her.
Yeah, it's I mean, let's just, God, man, just talk about just the whole of just revealing Maul himself, just on a cinematic, like,
Yeah, it's the first time you really, the only time you've seen him since.
since
Phantom
getting
Menace.
cut in half. Yeah.
I think he probably talked more in that one scene than he did the entire time in Phantom Menace.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They got 2 lines in that whole movie.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
obviously, I mean, because it's an extension of the people who watch Clone Wars and Rebels, why he's alive.
It's that version of Darth Maul. It's not.
So it's. I mean, it was a bold move. It's a bold move cinematically. Because obviously, this is made. The people who watch those series are like, oh, it's Darth Maul. It's awesome.
Yeah.
And then the people who only watch the movies are gonna be like, wait, is that the guy from that got cut in half? Like Obi-Wan? How?
Yeah.
How?
So check out the Clone Wars if you guys haven't seen it. Check out Rebels if you haven't seen it. Those are
Right.
both really, really good series. We'll be talking about them eventually too. But for right now, just go watch it.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I guess so. I appreciated it. It's a bold move. I'm glad. It's kind of making people, if you don't know, hey, there's these animated series. Go check them out. Or it could be a gamble the other way. Like, well, what the heck, man? I don't know. Why is this guy alive?
Yeah. So hopefully it tailors
Towards the other way.
I hope it makes fans want to go check it out and not just brush this scene off. But
I hope so, because it's intriguing. It just makes a whole thing.
it is pretty cool. My whole thing with that is I don't know how him and Han Solo are going to interact if they do make sequels to this movie, because the whole time in A New Hope you hear Han talk about how Force users are
It's the mumbo jumbo
he doesn't
religion
believe in
type
any
of
of
thing.
it.
So
Yeah.
it kind of makes it believe that he's never actually encountered a Force user before.
Which Darth Maul is a
A New Hope.
fantastic Force user.
Oh, yeah.
with a lot of power and talent that if Han Solo did encounter him, he would definitely believe in the Force. So I'm just gonna
You would think, yeah.
So I'm just curious how they're gonna do that.
Really, I fingers crossed, man. I hope. I mean, they obviously made this movie intending to make more of this movie.
I just hope they keep the same writers and keep Ron Howard on as director. That's
and if they do it, like that's
true. That's
more. I hope. Yeah, man, because the way it's looking, man, the way it's doing financial. I mean, that's tricky. I don't think it's gonna be a failure. It'll make the money back.
Yeah.
Especially through I haven't looked about like how much it's made nowadays. I know it was a really slow start.
But yeah, anyway, so back to Han.
Yeah. So he catches up with Beckett and
Beckett and
Chewie, and you kind of have a huge moment for Han. It's basically a standoff, kind of like an old Wild West standoff, which is cool about this movie. Like, this movie definitely has that old Wild West heist theme throughout the movie, and just in Star Wars.
And Beckett's old Johnny Ringo.
Yeah.
When he twirls those guns, yeah.
That's true, man. You got a little bit of Doc Holliday and Johnny Ringo. But they just have a standoff, and he's talking. He's like, "Man, I'm going," and whatever. And Han shoots him.
Han shoots first.
They made that right off the bat. He clears him. He blasts him in the chest, and he's like.
And he still respects him too. He didn't kill him because he didn't like him. It was either a kill or be killed type of moment. Yeah. And what Beckett was talking about the entire movie was you can't trust anybody. You live for yourself. You live to survive. So at that moment,
he confirms that as his dying breath. He's like, "Good choice, man."
Yeah,
he's like, "Good choice. I was gonna kill you. I was everything." was a powerful. I mean, the short time that they had together, the amount that he learned from Beckett with just that
Yeah, it
little
was
time.
it was sheer respect. At the end of the movie, it was all just sheer respect between the both of them. And even though Han killed him, they didn't lose any of that.
No,
It was a
and
powerful moment.
it just kind of
This kind of goes into, like, on the entire thing. The whole, like I said, this movie was, in my mind, a great movie. Like, it was, from start to finish, I enjoyed all of it. Probably my favorite Disney Star Wars movie they've released so far.
Yeah, man, for sure. It's just it was very. I really enjoyed it. It was Han to a T to what I thought, in my opinion, just being a young Han, and it just so it kind of it goes off. He sees Kira fly off in the ship, or he sees the ship fly off. I guess he doesn't really know what.
Yeah.
So he sees Kira fly off, and he's left wondering, what's going on, and it just cuts to the finale where he goes and he meets up with Lando
again, and they play another game.
Wants a rematch, and he's like, hey, because before that he was like, once they did, he was like, Lando was like, man, I never want to see you again. He's like, after everything you put me through, my ship.
Yeah.
He's like, I never want to see you again. I want my cut. Get out of here. But then he sees him, and it's almost like Cloud City again. He's like, hey, Han, hand. He does call him Hand in this movie too, so it kind of brings them, and he has it. So and then they have a rematch of Sabak, but you see before that he kind of, they embrace a little bit.
Yep, and Han basically picks his pocket.
And he's like, so what? And they're almost in the same situation as the first match. He's like, what you got? You're all good there, pal? Because you see like Lando try to get his little cheat card again from his arm. He's not there no more. And so Han gets it, and he's like, fair and square, buddy. Fair and square. And so he wins the Falcon.
Yeah. And then he's like, I think he puts the dice.
Oh, yeah, and then he puts the dice. Yeah, we didn't mention the dice. They show the dice right off in the beginning of the movie, right when he steals the speeder, and
he hangs it
he passes it back and forth between Kira. I think he gives them to Kira as they're separating before they get separated at the checkpoint.
Yeah, and then she gives it back to him when they see him again, and then you see him put him on the Falcon.
And the Falcon, and man, that's when he says, because Beckett kind of hints about Tatooine. There's a big time gangster putting together a crew, so that's what it ends with. Him and Chewie's like, hey man, let's check out this Tatooine scene.
See Jabba,
and so it's leading up to
him being in debt with
Jabba.
Being in debt with Jabba.
At least hopefully. I mean,
that would be really cool. They do that. They kind of go the whole how he got into debt with Jabba.
So much.
Yeah, there's a lot of directions they can go with that.
So, that's the movie in a nutshell. But man, there's still. I hope they continue this story.
Oh, so do
man.
So do I.
There's so much that they could do in the story. Like, it's just cool seeing the whole different side of Star. It's not all just about Force using Jedi.
It's a cool universe. It really is.
Rogue One in this movie tells you, man, you can make so much with the Star Wars stuff.
Those two are my favorite movies. Like I said, that Disney's
movies,
released.
Man. It's like a war movie in one, this heist movie, and with the underground criminal elements of it is so much you can explore. They can, man, they could do the whole thing with Jabba. If they wanted to bring in Cad Bane on the cinematic universe, like, this could totally do it, man. Yeah. They could have him, like, bounty hunters typically aren't, like, revengeful types or something, but he might have had a bigger connection with Aurra Sing. They want him, he finds out, oh, Beckett killed my kind of main crew guy. I want revenge. Then he finds out, well, Beckett's dead. He got killed by the Solo. Yeah. And he was like, man, well, he kind of took my revenge shot. Now I'm going to go after Solo or something.
They could do that direction, yeah.
That'd be kind of cool. That'd be a cool way to bring in Cad Bane.
There's a lot they can do with this.
he was a cool character in the Clone Wars. Man, they could bring something, but Thrawn somehow we've Thrawn.
Yeah.
And they can do so much with this time period.
Yeah.
Before. And I want to know more about Kira.
Seriously, I hope
really
they do somehow show.
I want to know the outcome of that.
Yeah, and I don't want it to be just comic book release either. I want them to do another movie for it.
Yeah,
they can either do the cop out where they just make a little miniseries comic book. Which
Yeah,
wouldn't be bad,
we'll
but-
get it either in some form.
No, yeah, no,
I'm
for sure, but I
either
don't want
with
them
a
to
novel
do-
or comics. Like it'll.
But I don't want them to opt out the movie and
I
do
know,
that.
I-
I really hope they do the movie.
So long story short, if you're seeing this and you haven't seen Solo yet, please go see it.
Yeah,
See it multiple times.
It's really good, you guys.
By the time you see
Give it-
this podcast, it'll probably be out. I mean, it's already getting kind of very limited showings. So if it's already out on DVD by the time you see it, go buy it. Go buy
Yeah,
on
give it a chance.
DVD.
I know
Watch.
you hear a lot of mixed reviews for it. Some say they like it, some say they hated it.
Yeah, I think the majority of this one is more positive than negative.
Yeah, I hope-
think. It's
yeah.
not like The Last Jedi where it's like really split down the middle or more. I think more so is a positive outlook on this one.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you're on the fence, like, and you didn't think you wanted to see this movie, please
Yeah, just go check it out.
Go see it, man. It's worth it. Yeah, man. So after talking almost an hour about this movie, like going forward, our movie segment's probably not going to be this
not this long normally. No, they won't be. This was kind of a special one for us. It's
like
Star Wars in general.
Star Wars in
Huge
general.
Star Wars fans, and also just this movie with being as split as it was.
We kind of
and
wanted to give this one a
little more-
real highlight because,
Yeah.
like I said, it's not fair how poorly it's doing at the box office, or if they, the little backdraft that it is on it. Like it's. So yeah, look for our future movie talks. Probably won't be this long, but we just wanted to give this one its due.
Yeah, with saying that, you guys, next we're going to be talking about the Solo comic book series,
Yeah,
a little
Solo
mini 5 series,
5 issue.
5 issue. So yeah, stay tuned for that, you guys.